How's it going, everybody? This is Darrin with GuitarControl.com. I'm going to do this video lesson, and today I've got 3 easy riffs for you from heart. Right now, Guitar Control is giving away a free ebook, 3 useful and powerful open chords. It's a free download. There's a link down in the description. Get yours today. So be sure to click on the link in the description for the tabs, and let's get close up and take a look at these. All right, so the first one we're going to look at is from Crazy on You. So these are kind of, aimed more at the more kind of beginner guitar players. So I mean, that song has lots of difficult sections, but this is a highly recognizable part of it, and it's also just a really good exercise just for rhythm playing in general. So we only have 2 chords that we're going to be playing: A minor and then F over C. So for this F over C, what I'm doing is we just take your regular F chord, but we're going to put this C in the bass. Or you could do full-on bar chord like that if you want. I just really like this voicing. So those are the only 2 chords we have. And so for the timing for this, we have an 8th note and then 2 16th notes. So it's like, and that's like 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and then we go to the F over C. So now when we go to that, that's on the and of 4, and then it's tied to the 1, but it's just the 16th note. So it's like 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and. Alright, next we're going to look at Barracuda, and so this is just like the intro riff. So we're going to start off with this just E5, so I'm just fretting the 2nd fret of the A string with my 1st finger, and the low E string is open. And this has got a timing kind of similar to the last one, so we have an 8th note and then 2 16th notes. So so that's like the 8th note, and then on the 16th notes, we palm mute, and then just hit the low E string. And then that's just repeated for the whole first measure. But you don't want it to be, like, you want it to be more like, So I go down, 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 up, down, down, up, down. So that's the whole first measure, and then half of the second measure. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then 3, and so on the downbeat of 3, we hit the E5, and then on the and of 3, we hit it again. So it's 3 and then for 4 we have an F sharp 5. So we're just going to take our 1st finger and move it from the 2nd fret of the A string to the 2nd fret of the low E, and then drop our 3rd finger onto the 4th fret of the A string. And then on the and of 4, just move that up a half step to G5, and then that's tied to a dotted quarter note. So that takes care of the downbeat of 1 plus, or excuse me, all of 1 plus the downbeat of 2. So. Okay, then we're going to come up here and we're going to do some natural harmonics. So we're going to play just the G and the B string. So you just take I just use my 3rd finger, but it doesn't really matter which finger you use. But you're going to take your 3rd finger, or whichever finger, and you're just going to, you're going to touch the G and the B string, and actually the high E too, at the 12th fret, but you don't want to be in the fret, you want to be right over the fret wire, and you just touch the string, so you get that natural harmonics. So we've got the first one, just the G and B string, and then all 3, and then you do a little dive if you've got the whammy bar. So. then it just repeats. So the second time through, it's the same way until it gets to the harmonic parts, and it's different. So now we've got... Now, after we get to the G5, then we're going to do E minor 7 over G. So if you just take the bar chord, as you normally do, but you don't bar. So your first finger is picking up the 3rd fret of the low E. 3rd finger is on the 5th fret of the A. 4th finger is on the 5th fret of the D string, and 2nd finger is on the 4th fret of the G string, and then the B and high E strings are open. So we hit the harmonics again on the G and B string, and and then do a little bit of a dive. So the whole thing. All right, and then finally we're going to look at straight on. So for this one here, a couple of things I want to show you with this. So it's all made up of just these triad shapes. So we've got this B minor over D here. So we're just going to take our first finger and just bar the 7th fret of the G, B, and high E strings. And then our next chord is A over C sharp. So we're just going to move this shape down a whole step. But now the note on the G string goes up 1 fret. So we're 6th fret on the G string, 5th on the B and high E. And then we have a G over B, so we just move this down a whole step. So now that we're on the 4th fret and the 3rd fret. And then we've got an E. So it's just the top end of E major. So just first finger on the 1st fret of the G string, and then your 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the D string. And we just play the top 4 strings for this. So with this part, there's like a really cool bass line that's filling in these empty gaps. So if you're just playing this by yourself, it's kind of, because you rest on 1. So it's like 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. So it's like. Then we move down to the next chord. It's very similar timing. The only difference is that at the end of it, instead of having 3 here, we just have 2. A little rest in between. Then we move it down a whole step, rest on 1. Then to the E. And then it would just start over again. So if you're just playing that unaccompanied, they're cool chords and everything, but it just doesn't really sound all that great. So if I'm playing it by myself, I just kind of added some extra rhythm elements to it to fill it in. Alright, so basically what I'm doing there, I release, just put my fingers on here so I can get those percussive notes in there to get just to kind of fill everything in. Alright, so there you have it, 3 not too terribly difficult riffs from Heart. So if you like this lesson, be sure to give me a thumbs up and leave a comment down below if you have any questions about this or other guitar-related topics. If you've not already done so, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the content that we upload throughout the week. Well, that is all I have for you today. Thanks for watching and have a great day.